not is that Shedeur Sanders is a bad brother. This brother's something special. Okay, his poise in the pocket, his athleticism, his willingness to stand in there amongst the giants and take hits, take punishment. Got to give credit where credit is due. He only got sacked once, but he was running for his life half the damn time he was out there. But his ability to continue to make plays under duress, I believe, cements him as a surefire first-round pick and one of the top two quarterbacks that's going to go in next spring's NFL. In the National Football League is the quarterback position. A projected first-round pick falling to the fifth round is not something we have ever seen for somebody who wasn't coming off a devastating injury or had a checkered pass or didn't have a checkered pass off the field. Those are the only kinds of folks that drop that precipitously. Neither applies to Shedeur Sanders. He has no checkered pass off the field. On the field, he performed, and he has no injury history, despite being sacked 94 times in the last 2 years. But he went to the fifth round. And why?
Stephen A. Smith just lit the whole set on fire. Live TV turned into straight chaos. Haters better duck because he wasn't holding back for a second. Shedeur Sanders stormed into Cleveland and ripped that QB one spot like it was the last pair of Jordans on release day. And trust me, everybody felt that steal. Now Stephen A. is torching critics like he's at a block party, grilling them with shade so heavy it's hotter than a car hood in July. Who's catching the smoke tonight? And here's the wild part. What exactly just got exposed? How did Shedeur flip the entire NFL storyline before the preseason whistle even blew? Nobody saw this coming, yet the script just got shredded in front of millions. Strap in, because this ain't some light snack. It's Carolina Reaper heat. The Browns just handed the keys to their whole offense to a rookie who strutted through camp like the stadium already had his name written across the walls. Shedeur didn't just walk into camp, he crashed the doors wide open like he owned the place. He slid right into Deshaun Watson's parking spot without hesitation, then dropped a no-look dime that shattered every media expectation in seconds. Before anyone could even blink, he snatched the starting quarterback job, and the entire football world went absolutely nuts. Comment sections blew up like fireworks on the 4th of July. Analysts froze mid-sentence, scrambling for words, while fans reacted like they just saw their ex walk down the aisle with a Hollywood star overnight. And while all that chaos exploded, Vegas started buzzing, but Stephen A. Smith, he took it further, turning ESPN into a live roast session. With the mic in his hand and a flamethrower of words, he torched every critic bold enough to question Shedeur's rise. Because here's the real deal. This ain't about football plays. This is about dominance. No quiet quarterback shuffle behind closed doors. This was a full-on takeover. Shedeur Sanders stormed into that Browns locker room, glanced at the depth chart, and basically said, "Cool story. I'm QB1 now." And the wildest part, he didn't just say it, he owned it like a boss. Everybody swore it was all smoke, just hype and a flashy last name. Wrong! Shedeur backed every word with icy precision, lasers so sharp they sliced defenses in half like glass. He moved with nerves of steel and a football IQ that left veteran defenders spinning in circles, begging for answers they couldn't find. Pros looked like they were stuck playing Madden on rookie mode while he ran the field in real life. And let's not forget, this is the same Shedeur Sanders who flipped college football upside down, dragging it from Jackson State to Colorado while dragging the whole sport into the TikTok era. The man turned the huddle into a movie set, transformed sidelines into Hollywood, and stacked stats with surgeon-level calm mixed with pure swagger. Half the league looked like they were digging through clearance racks while he strutted into minicamp dripping in custom fits. Then came training camp. He dropped one pass so smooth, so disrespectfully clean, you could practically hear a cornerback's ego crack like glass in the background. Veterans blinked, coaches whispered, and then the inevitable happened. Shedeur was crowned the guy. The rookie hijacked the entire spotlight, and right when jaws were hitting the floor, Stephen A. Smith stormed in like a caffeine-fueled hurricane, locked and loaded with receipts to shut down every single critic. Stephen A. had been calling Shedeur's name way before half these analysts even knew how to pronounce it. And when the spotlight finally hit, he unleashed a monologue so fiery, you'd swear the fire department had him on speed dial. One by one, he lined up the doubters like bowling pins, dragging the scouts who swore Shedeur wasn't cut for Sundays, frying the analyst who said his arm was mid-tier, and torching every so-called draft guru who skipped past his name like a YouTube ad. On national TV, they all got obliterated. No mercy. This isn't just some quiet quarterback shuffle, this is a generational flip of the script. The NFL woke up with a hangover only to realize the entire game had changed overnight. And guess who's behind the wheel? Shedeur Sanders with Coach Prime riding shotgun, probably live streaming the whole wild joyride to millions. And oh,
is Donald Trump is pushing out tweets about how corrupt it is. I mean, think about that. President Donald Trump is pulling out tweets about how corrupt it is and how these owners look absolutely stupid or ill-advised. And I don't know about y'all, but I want y'all to listen before I get into it to my man Mel Kiper Jr. of ESPN, who is going off about Shedeur Sanders being snubbed because he had Sanders as arguably the best quarterback in this draft.
And in every
the Browns. This is the same squad that's turned quarterback roulette into an annual holiday. Half the fan base is chewing their nails, bracing for another disaster, while the other half already hit buy now on custom QB1 jerseys and are practicing TikTok dances like it's draft day all over again. Meanwhile, the media is spinning out of control. Some are questioning the move, others are flat out panicking, and a few are still clinging to that tired old line, "He hasn't proved anything yet," which is crazy, considering half the league is still living off potential alone. The difference? Shedeur's potential comes with receipts, highlight reels, and a blue check that shuts haters down in one swipe. The internet went nuclear, instant chaos on demand. Reddit turned into a full-blown courtroom with fans playing defense lawyers and prosecutors throwing arguments like subpoenas. Over on Twitter, X, it looked like a reality show reunion gone wrong, with Browns fans clawing at each other like it was a messy custody battle for the QB1 throne. Every corner of the internet had meme kings going crazy. Photoshops of Shedeur rocking a crown while holding Deshaun's helmet like it was a championship trophy flooded timelines. Even the so-called experts didn't know which way was up. One analyst dragged out the tired RG3 comparison, while another went full tinfoil hat conspiracy mode, swearing this was just a clout-chasing stunt by Cleveland. Meanwhile, Shedeur was at practice casually dropping 40-yard lasers like he was tossing warm-up passes in the backyard, making all the noise look ridiculous. But let's keep it real. This ain't just about raw talent. This is about timing. The Browns desperately needed a reset, a straight-up rebrand. They don't need another genius quarterback holding the locker room hostage with drama like some daytime Dr. Phil rerun. What they need is a field general, somebody who steps in, commands the huddle with authority, and shuts it all down. No crying, no chaos, just pure control. And that's exactly the lane Shedeur Sanders slid into. Smooth, sharp, and undeniable. Calm, collected, playing like it's year 5, not his first 5 minutes in the league. The Browns spotted it early. This wasn't just some flashy Instagram reel hype. Shedeur came to camp locked in, surgical with his throws, timing sharper than a razor blade, accuracy so cold it could slice your eyebrows clean off, pocket presence absolutely flawless. The man moves like he was born inside the pocket. No panic, no flinch, not even a blink when the playbook might as well be written in Greek. He's got the calmness of a chess-playing grandma, mixed with the edge of a dude who's flat out tired of being doubted. While other rookies are busy flexing shirtless gym selfies for likes, Shedeur Sanders is buried in the film room, breaking down cover 3 like he's prepping for open heart surgery. And here's the kicker, he gets it, all of it. Insiders are buzzing loud. Multiple reports say the Browns coaching staff is flat out stunned at how fast he digested the playbook. Wait, he memorized that already. That's the reaction floating through the facility. And it's not just book smarts, it's translating straight to the field. Reports say he's already clicking with Cleveland's young receivers like they've been running routes together for years. Shedeur's cooking up chemistry so sharp, it's making the vets on the sideline stare like, hold up, did that just happen? He walked into camp and instantly became the WR Whisperer, turning rookies into highlight machines and making veterans wonder if their spot's about to vanish overnight. But here's where it gets juicier. Rumors are flying, and they're louder than the crowd on opening night. Word is, this ain't some flashy preseason stunt. Cleveland might be plotting something bigger, a quiet quarterback succession plan. Deshaun Watson's still cashing those checks, sure, but insiders are whispering that his leash is way shorter than anyone thought. Think about it. This franchise has been drowning in quarterback drama for decades, and now Shedeur Sanders shows up like the lifeguard with the whistle. Ownership doesn't want another multi-million-dollar rehab project plastered across ugly headlines. What they crave is stability, something clean, marketable, and future-proof. A quarterback they can actually sell to fans without the baggage dragging behind him like a storm cloud. And that's exactly where Shedeur slides in. Polished, dangerous, and ready to mold this entire offense around his style. The whispers say Cleveland might already be prepping for the move on before Watson's saga explodes all over the field. Because if you think this story is just about a rookie with crisp footwork and a pretty spiral, you're blind to the real play unfolding. Shedeur Sanders didn't just survive the system, he became the system. And now the NFL is waking up to a brutal new reality. A quarterback who can run the locker room, shut down a press conference, and trend on TikTok all in the same week is basically a walking goldmine. And here's where Deion's legacy crashes through the door like a wrecking ball. This isn't just about reviving HBCUS or turning Colorado football into the wildest sideline reality show we've ever seen. No, this is about rewriting the whole blueprint of what quarterback development even looks like in today's game. We're used to QBs being shaped by 50-year-old coordinators.
Oh, bull! That's what I smell. I smell it. And as we can see, my nose is pretty large. Even though I got allergies, I can still smell well enough. I know what I'm smelling when I'm smelling it. Shedeur Sanders, 5th round pick. Really? Stephen A. Smith showing the house.
Hiding behind laminated play sheets, but Shedeur? He grew up with a dad who drops motivational grenades on Tuesdays, pitches billion-dollar brands on Wednesdays, and still finds time to dominate sports media before breakfast. That's not training, that's evolution. And the old guard, they're rattled to the core. Scouts who once laughed off Jackson State are quietly scrubbing their old takes like their careers depend on it. Analysts who labeled Shedeur a system quarterback are suddenly out here fumbling for fresh adjectives, spitting out words like underrated, shockingly cerebral, and maybe even the future. Because let's be real, if Shedeur lights up AFC North defenses the same way he's been torching practices, dropping lasers, flexing poise, and strutting like he's been NFL ready since kindergarten, it's over. Forget hype, forget potential. This is a wrap. Shedeur's not just another storyline. He's the headline, the plot twist, and the main event rolled into one. He is the storyline, and if Shedeur actually starts stacking wins, oh, it's curtains for the doubters. Stephen A. Smith won't just celebrate, he'll ascend into full-blown analyst nirvana, floating above the ESPN set, clutching his mic like it's a holy relic straight from football heaven. But here's the real ripple effect. This isn't just another Browns headline. This could shake the entire foundation of NFL scouting to its core. For decades, teams chased rocket arms and combined measurables, even if the quarterback was a walking PR disaster who could barely string 2 sentences together. Now the league is waking up to something different. A quarterback who's media savvy, spotlight ready, and already branded for prime time might be more valuable than another athletic project with zero polish. And don't think the division isn't watching every move. Joe Burrow, better recheck that blind side. Lamar Jackson, Shedeur's dissecting your film like it's the director's cut of a Marvel origin story. And Pittsburgh, oh, you better tighten up, because if Shedeur starts adding Steelers highlights to his personal mixtape, that rivalry just went nuclear. Cleveland didn't stumble into this. They made a calculated gamble, a swagger-loaded, headline-busting, logic-driven bet. Shedeur didn't luck into anything. He walked into camp, outworked the entire field, and forced the coach's hands with receipts, style, and undeniable skill in a league starving for a fresh face. The Browns may have just landed the one quarterback built, not just to survive chaos, but to thrive in it. And let's be crystal clear, this ain't some slick marketing gimmick dressed up in flashy highlight reels. Behind all the show is a quarterback who treats film study like scripture. Teammates are buzzing that Shedeur memorized the playbook at warp speed, while receivers swear his timing is so deadly, it feels like he's throwing the ball before they've even finished their routes. Even the offensive coordinator can't hide it. Word is he's grinning ear to ear like Christmas came early in Cleveland. So what does Kevin Stefanski see that the rest of the league is only now catching on to? He sees the moment, the exact point where swagger and substance collide in one player. He sees a quarterback who doesn't just play the game, he bends the entire football universe to his rhythm. And when that happens, don't be shocked if Stephen A. Smith starts campaigning for a national holiday in Shedeur's name. Opponents better get those chin straps buckled tight. The AFC North might already have Burrow and Lamar, but now Shedeur Sanders just walked into the ring, and he's not here to learn. He's here to take over. He's not here to blend in, he's here to dominate. With Coach Prime lurking in the background as the ultimate hype man, every single snap feels like a spectacle. So if you're still clutching your pearls over Cleveland handing the keys to a rookie, maybe stop and actually look at what's unfolding. The Browns aren't gambling, they're investing in the future. And that future just happens to rock a watch worth more than your car, yet still shows up early to practice, ready to grind. The whispers turned into straight-up sirens the moment practice highlights leaked. Clips of Shedeur zipping rockets across the field spread like wildfire, and suddenly the NFL world was split clean in two. Half the crowd screaming, "It's just practice!" while the other half swore they were witnessing the future of football in real time. Defenders are already dreading one-on-ones with Shedeur. One insider even cracked a joke. It's like he's GPS tracking the football. The vibe at Browns camp flipped overnight. Rookies leaning in to catch his rhythm. Vets sneaking side eyes like, wait, did he really just do that? Meanwhile, outside of Cleveland, rival fan bases are in shambles. Steelers threads look like full-on group therapy sessions. Ravens fans are nervously side-eyeing Lamar's film study hours. And Bengals fans, they're acting like Burrow's new contract is the only thing that matters. But deep down, they're sweating bullets because Shedeur isn't just some rookie. He's a storm forming right in their division. And back at ESPN, Stephen A. Smith is doubling down, practically daring the critics to keep chirping. Every time Shedeur drops a throw, Stephen A. is on air ready to detonate again, shouting like it's football gospel. This kid is different. Love him or doubt him, the spotlight isn't leaving anytime soon, because this isn't just about Cleveland, this is about the league waking up to the reality that swagger, skill, and media dominance might be the new quarterback prototype. And Shedeur Sanders is already rewriting the rule book. This isn't a hijack, it's a straight-up revolution. Shedeur Sanders isn't just a quarterback, he's the conductor of chaos, the franchise centerpiece, and the headline cover star rolled into one. And who's narrating this circus louder than anyone? Cleveland didn't just make a decision, they struck a match and lit a fuse that's about to blow across the entire NFL. What we're witnessing isn't luck, it's precision mixed with swagger, confidence dripping off every snap, and just the right splash of media vengeance fueling the fire. The Browns handed Shedeur the keys, and now the whole league is bracing for impact like a storm rolling in at full speed. And believe this, it's only getting hotter from here. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment. And I'll see you on the next one.